Guys really didn't play well early, but man, they battled, hung in there, had a lot of chances. Just made a poor call and executed play poorly at the end, and we left three scoring opportunities where we get in there twice and kick field goals and turnover, and kind of the difference in the game. So defense gave us some big plays, tried to be a little bit more aggressive. They hit us on some stuff, they missed some stuff, but I did think there was a stretch, I don't know, 14, 16, 18, 20 minutes where we played together pretty good, had a lot of momentum, and thought we had it. So just disappointed for our players, because as coaches, we got to help them out at the end there and make that play and get us in the end zone.
I guess just what did go into that play call, basically? I mean, did you consider the possibility that it might end up being a lateral and that might
I mean, there's a chance. I mean, it's a swing deal. It's a man-beater play, and, it just, didn't get executed right. And, of course, we still got to get on the ball, too. We always talk about that, because when it's close, just a fundamental. You always give the ball to the referee. There's never a fumble. If it's a swing pass and it's closed, don't even just assume it could be a lateral just in case. So just poor execution and really not an ideal call at that time. So it cost us the game.
Kevin, go back to the 2-point conversion. You're up 4. What you're thinking there to go for 2? Well,
we talked about it. The comment was like, hey, if you kick it and make it 5, you can win with a field goal. Of course, same deal too. We're going to tie with the field goal. So you hadn't lost the game. And the deal was, we've blocked a few kicks. Thought we were close. If they scored a 6-point, if you can get it to 6, and they score a touchdown, you still hadn't lost. You got to make them kick. We've gotten our hands on a few the last few weeks. So you can skin. That's one of those where it says quote either or. We thought we could. We almost got in, didn't. On a scramble deal. But if we kick it, then at the end we're maybe just running it and taking the field goal. Of course, we could have run it and quote played overtime, being a little bit aggressive. So, hindsight didn't work, and that's 1 point. So,
obviously hindsight on this as well, but Nate obviously came and played pretty well in the second half. Why didn't you go to him earlier?
Well, again, I think sometimes with their man, we thought we needed to run the ball today a little bit, because they would play some man a little bit, and I think that's why we did have a couple backs that ran okay. And we thought, some of that would be Trey. Trey did come in, was in on the touchdown, which was a kind of a read option kind of play, which kind of fits him. But he was just a little bit off in the first half. The whole offense was. The defense was a little bit there at the end. So, they scored the first drive on the flea flicker. We gave up 2 passes. Then we settled down, played pretty good. Then their team got hot at the end of the second quarter offensively. We got a little cold at that point in time. And we talked about it. We almost went with Trey to start the second half. And we said, let's just give Nate a shot. Again, Trey was back in for a big play. They're both, kind of as is, and we're not trying to play it by half or series. We need to do a better job and incorporate them better. So Trey didn't play poorly, just a little bit off. And the way the running game was going, thought Nate played well, except for the lateral throw at the end of the game.
What kind of a difference did you see in the way the offense was going, maybe in that second quarter compared to that run in the fourth quarter?
We just had a hard time just getting rhythm of plays and what to do and getting started. So I just kind of felt we were just a little hodgepodge, a little out of whack. And again, it's almost like, okay, we're down. We just got a little bit more aggressive. And when I say aggressive too, there were some run calls in there with what's going on, but I think we're just a little bit more assertive. I think we're a little bit reactive in the first half with what we want to do as coaches and getting our guys going.
What did you tell the guys after the loss?
Thought they played very, very proud of how hard they played, and they deserve to win. And as coaches, we got to put them in better situations, and it's my fault because I've told them for a couple of weeks I have a lot of seniors I have a lot of respect for that have really bought in, given us a great go. I want those guys to get some victories, and I say that wholeheartedly to them. I think sometimes it's quote coach speak to them, but those guys deserve as a coach for us to do a little bit better job in play calling, a little bit better job defensive calling, and kind of keep putting them again. To me, we're in year 3, so we're all part of the problem. As players and coaches, we're all collectively together, and we're going to miss tackles and miss throws and miss blocks, and we're going to make good calls and bad calls. We're humans. But we got to do better because, again, I think our kids are giving us a great go. And, again, because of the way they battled, the way they bought in, when it didn't look good and the whole half the crowd left us, our guys played pretty shoot about as loud as it's been right there for stretch 2 in the fourth quarter. I mean, the crowd got rocking, had a couple great third down stops. Greg Eben's play was a huge play. on the fake, a phenomenal play by him. And like I say, that game didn't go well, and it was ours for the taking. I think it shows there's some fight in these guys. They're buying into what we're doing, and we got to keep plugging and knock the door down and get over the hump, because that was a game that we could have gave up the ghost. And those guys battled. And at crunch time, we don't make an ideal call and execute it right and cost our guys a chance to get a W. Or, you kick one instead of go for two, and you run the ball centered up and kick a field goal, get a W. And our guys deserve it for us as coaches, kind of do it, make sure we keep grinding out and helping those guys as coaches as well.
You mentioned the aggression on defense. Is that kind of what led to some of the big plays, I guess, that maybe you guys were bringing somebody and they just happened to find the seam in it?
Yeah, just not executing it right. That's part of the problem, I think, with the offense in the second quarter, their defense, but then also you're not executing. There's some times where when we're supposed to hit some gaps, some guys got cut off, we're in the gaps, and they're running, their back is very patient, hit a few creases. We cut a couple receivers loose, with some stuff, and if you're going to be aggressive, come at it, you're going to stress the coverage out. So, but we thought we needed to stop the run. And outside the big plays, I'm sure we go through and look at this. There'll be a few plays that skew their stats. There's a bunch of plays that are pretty good. We got to take the big plays out. And everybody talked about how they were going to run the ball. And my comment was they'll lull you to sleep and hit some cheap shots on you. They hit us on a few big plays and a couple big runs that got us.
Coach, you kind of elaborated on it, but that last play, that was supposed to be a forward pass, right?
So it's just, it's a swing.
It's a swing.
It's a swing deal, but we're bringing him because it's a man beater. And we're starting him on one side and bringing him across. Just like I say, in the heat of it, we just didn't execute it cleanly. But it's a play that can happen, because of the angles you're doing. So it's easy for that to be one. That's why, again, we go back to if it's on the ground, we had a chance it's on the ground maybe to get it. And I don't know if Tevin lost it, didn't think it was, but, it wasn't his fault. But we always kind of fundamentally do that. And we had a lot of things. We were in a no play call. There was some other things we could have got to. We didn't put our guys in an ideal call. We got to do a better job of play calling there.
Did you see what the breakdown was on the go-ahead touchdown they scored to make it 42-39 on a pass over the middle?
We were in a zero blitz, and with motion, one of the guys that's supposed to be guarding the guy took the guy in motion and busted coverage. So we were in all that blitz playing man, and with motion, the guy playing that guy jumped on the motion guy, and we had 2-on-1 and none on the guy that they threw the ball to.
All right, 2 more questions, guys.
I believe. That's the way I saw it and what I thought. Anything else?
The two on the two-point conversions, obviously, I think especially after the first one, you guys had really run the ball well, and you ended up just running a roll out there. I guess why not just keep running it at them just the way that you guys were getting?
Well, and again, because we're doing this as one of our no play things, and some of the runs worked really well against man coverage, and they weren't playing man there, and so you kind of we had a no play up. What do you like? What do you see? And again, it didn't work. Nate scrambled and competed and almost got in there, but didn't.
Kevin, that 20, and you kind of addressed this before, the 26-0 run you had, was you're down 35-13. What turned it around both offensively and defensively?
I think one, we started throwing it enough that we got some straight man, popped some runs, got some balance. Offense started. I think when they got the lead, maybe they take the foot off the gas a little, helped us. We got some third down stops. Hopefully our guys played well. It'll be interesting to see when we look at our stuff, but we got a couple third down stops. Heeman's fourth down stop was huge as well. But again, offensively, I think we just kind of cut it loose and attacked, even though we're no huddle. I don't think we stressed them out. I think we got them running sideways a little bit. I think we took a couple shots with Cody on the post shot. We missed a go ball to Kofi, but we started taking a couple down the field shots. Shane on the comeback, on the sprint out pass, we just, we started aggressively attacking the field down and sideways. I thought there was a lull before the game, but we're a little too stale and stagnant. And we started again that field here and here. We got it running, we got it moving. Our guys got in rhythm. The defense fed off of it. And like I said, that was a quarter and a half. That looked good. Again, that to me would be the one positive. When it was a chance to go south, those guys kind of boned up. And like I said, I'm very disappointed for them as a coach. I didn't do a better job doing the things I needed to the end because that was a W that we should have got.
All right, thanks, guys. Players in the waiver room.